everyone! In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this figure of Yoosung from the game Mystic Messenger. I wanted to start by making Yoosung because he's my favorite character from the game. The first time I played without a guide to see what ending I would get, and I ended up getting his good ending, and he's been my favorite character ever since. If you guys like this video, hopefully I can make more of the characters in the future. So I started by making the shape of the body all out of this one color. I do this part first so then it's a base for the figure so then we can build on top of it later. I made the head first by taking some of the clay and shaping it into an oval. Then I pinched out a little bit of it to make it into more of the typical head shape. Then I took another piece of the same color for the body and made it into a teardrop shape. Then I used a small piece of clay for the neck and blended it onto the body that I just made. Next, I rolled out a piece of clay for the legs, cut it to the right size, and attached it to the body by blending it on as well. Then I went and put those two pieces together. Then I went ahead and attached the head to the body and blended it onto the neck as well. Next, I attached the arms. And then after that, I actually went and baked the entire thing so that I could add clothes and other details without messing up the base of the figure. This also makes it so the arms and other parts won't accidentally fall off. After it was baked and cooled, I used some white clay, which I rolled out super thin for his shirt. I only covered the front side because the back will be covered with blue later. For his pants, I rolled out a piece of brown clay and blended it on just like I did for the white shirt. I actually did this in several parts just so it would be easier to cover the shape of the legs. Then I took some green and blue to make the stripes on his shirt. I rolled these out super thin and cut them into strips so that it wouldn't look messy once I put them on the white. This is what it looked like after the stripes were on. Then I added a few indents into the pants to make them look a little less flat and to give them some texture. Next, I used a light blue for the shirt or jacket that he wears over his striped shirt. So I cut that to fit the front, and then I moved on to the back because right now, this is not a good fashion statement. So I covered the back in the same blue and blended it together. To make the sleeves, I blended another rolled out piece of clay onto the arms. I also went back and made sure to indent the part in between his arms and his body to make sure that they don't look like they're attached to his sides. And this is what it looks like. Next, I went and made the sleeves and the collar of the shirt with small rectangles of clay. Then I added some more details to the shirt with my needle tool. I also added buttons in the design he has on his shirt with different colors of clay. Next, I used a lighter brown and wrapped that around the bottom part of his legs for the shoes. I also put black on the bottom for the soles of his shoes. Then I baked this again so that while I'm making the face, nothing gets broken. To make his eyes, I started by using some white clay where his eyes will be and shaped them into the shape that I wanted them to be. Then I made the purple part of his eyes and flattened them out to be the right size. I then took a darker shade of purple and blended it onto the top of the purple clay that's already on his eyes. Next, I added details to his eyes by using really thin pieces of black clay to outline the white part of his eyes, and then I added a white dot to make his eyes look a bit nicer. Then I used some even thinner pieces of black clay, which can be difficult, you just have to be really patient, to make the smile in his eyebrows. You don't know how many times I drop these on the floor and never find them. Next, I mixed a light yellow clay for his hair. I started by making the pieces of hair that would be near the bottom of his head so that I can layer more pieces on top after. Then I just kept adding pieces until it looked like how his hair looked in the game. I also made the front two pieces of hair a lot bigger. I also added 2 thin pieces of brown clay to the top section of his hair to make his hair clip or band or whatever that is. And then I added in an eye pin so that I can make it into a keychain or something else later. And then I baked it one more time. So this is how he turned out. This was actually my second time I made him because I didn't like the way that he turned out the first time. So I really hope this tutorial was helpful, and let me know who you want to see me make in the future down in the comments below. I also decided to glaze him later just so the details wouldn't break off, but that's completely optional. I also use UV resin for mine. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye!